ever wondered which wig brand should I buy? Which ones are going to fit my head? Well, wonder no more. Today's video is chock full of information about sizing and major wig brands. Today I have Tracy with me. She has graciously offered up her time to try on wigs from many different brands and give you her feedback on the fit. Now, in order for that feedback to mean anything to you, obviously we're going to need Tracy's measurements, and you'll see me measuring her head. And then of course you'll need your measurements as well, so that you can compare your measurements to hers and make that feedback meaningful for you. If you don't know how to measure your head, no worries. I'm going to link a video right here that shows you how to do it correctly. In addition to Tracy trying on the wigs and giving us her feedback, we're also going to be taking a look at the size charts of each of the brands. And we'll talk about the nuances of the fit of each of those brands. At Frannie's Hair, it is our mission to give you as much information as possible to help you on your wig journey. So you'll notice our size charts have a little blurb at the top that will tell you what we have found as far as fit and that brand with our customers. Now, it's my goal that this will be a reference video for you, and I know it's a little bit lengthier, but we really did want to get all of this information in. So what I've done is divided the video into chapters by brand. That way, when you're shopping and if you want to know about a particular brand, you can just jump to that chapter and check out the fit information for that brand. All of the wigs featured in this video will be in the description below. And if you're wondering which wig I'm wearing, this is Tressallure's Picture Perfect in 1723 R8. All right, first we're going to hear a little bit from Tracy about her wig journey, and then we're going to jump into all the sizing information.
So my wig journey started back in 2019. I lost my husband in 2012 and had a lot of hair loss, and it was kind of gradual over the year. So it wasn't like I was seeing it in the tub or in the shower. It was just gradual, and I guess I had my mind on other things at the time. And then one day I just noticed that I had no more hair, like was missing so much of my hair. So I have naturally curly hair, so it was really hard to try to find a wig that matched my hair. Like everybody says, try to get something similar to your own hair or what you were used to. So before I tried wigs, I tried extensions, and so like that was, every 3 weeks, which was still hard because the extensions would be straight, my hair's curly, so it just, the life of the, so every 3 weeks it was like $1,500, and finally, and they just weren't comfortable. And I have baby sisters that are 18 and 20 years younger than me, and my baby sister lives up in Maine, and she was home to visit, and she had come to my place, and I was upset, and she was like, I'm so Irish that if I cry, you can tell an hour later, like I get so blotchy. And when I answered the door, she immediately knew I'd been crying. So every time I would get ready, I would get upset because it was like, I hate my hair, what else am I going to lose? It's out of my control type thing. And she's like, well, she's a millennial, and she has this mentality like, well, let's fix it. And she said, let's find a boutique and I'll go with you. And that's what we did. And I walked out with like the hair I always wanted, like the straight, the bob, like to be able to run my fingers through hair and not make it look like an afro when I was done. So that was great, but I got the wig probably sooner than I would have because I was pushed by my baby sister, and I'm a take back control of my lifetime type of girl, and I then that was a Saturday, and I went to work on Monday with, in corporate America with 2,000 employees with a wig on my head, and talk about anxiety, Yeah. So that's when I went down the whole YouTube rabbit hole.
So when you went to work with the 2,000 employees and you walked in, did people approach you about it, or did they not say anything?
No, so this Saturday, my baby sister went with me to the boutique, and then we went to my mom's afterwards, and my other sister was there. And they had known, my anguish of losing hair and the extensions and it's getting worse, and what if it doesn't stop? What if it'll bald? Like I had that fear it wouldn't stop. Yeah. So like now I'm constantly in a grow and shed. Like I feel like I look like a Q-tip. Do you know what I mean? Like pieces are always sticking out because it's always in a state of growth and then shed. But they were really supportive. They were great. They were wonderful. And then when I went to work, and I'd been with this company for a while, I think people just thought I straightened my hair and maybe got extensions. And, you know, there were so many of them. I just, you know, I don't like the limelight. You know, I like to just fade into the woodwork. So I would just smile, but then I felt like I was lying by omission. So I took a couple of them aside. But, you know, when I would go to the cafe at lunch, everybody, I just felt like people were looking at me. So I do know that, like, the first year, I think I dropped 15 pounds.
Really?
Just because I didn't want to just be the center of attention. It was hard for me. I just wanted to stay at my desk around like my team and not like go to the cafe where there's like 2,000 people at any given time, and I can see them looking and whispering. And I kind of felt like they had done that after my husband died, and so I didn't like that either. Right. So I kind of went in with this like, no, I'm strong, and I just, you know, I just don't like attention.
Do you think knowing that people knew that you had extensions in would bother you as much as knowing that you're wearing a wig?
You know, I really struggled with that because we get our nails done. People wear lashes, implants, fake tans, whatever.
So many things.
And nobody thinks anything of that. And I would never think anything of anybody wearing a wig. Right. So I don't know why this negative stigmatism was so attached to it. Logically, I know it was stupid, but I couldn't stop the anxiety.
Yeah, no, it's so normal. So many people go through that. And I did too in the beginning. That's why I decided pretty early on, I was just telling everybody I knew, I'm wearing wigs. If you see women walking down my driveway with different hair, my husband's not having an affair. It's me. And, you know, within, I don't even know, a few weeks, I felt totally comfortable. And I was so surprised at how many people who have great hair want to try on wigs. They were like, oh, really? Can I come try some wigs on? And they had so much fun with it. And to me now, it's just an accessory. All right, so we're going to measure the head. We'll start with the circumference. I'm sorry if this falls on you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Now I'm going to do it around your hairline. Yeah, that's 20 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. 20 and 5/8. Okay, so that's a small head. Yeah. All right, let's go 7 inches back from your hairline. Right there. Yeah,
Did you have it?
Perfect. Okay.
You okay?
Yeah, it looks like 11 and a half. Is that what you get?
Yes.
Okay. So we have 20 and 5/8, 11 and a half. I'll show you guys where I stop. So I go from the hairline. I'm going over the hair because the hair has to fit under the cap. Make sure. There we go. And I'm stopping right at the nape here. Looks like 12 and a half. That's what we said, right? Mm-hmm. Then your face. You get forehead to chin. 7 1/4.
Okay.
And your
We're
neck.
gonna measure the neck. That's where I was curious. Do you
Okay.
start from here to collarbone? Or?
I start right under and to the collarbone. Where's your? I'm not getting fresh with you here. Can you point to your collarbone?
Yeah, right here.
Okay, thank you. About 3 1/4.
Okay, that's what I
Yeah, that's what you got too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we said 20 and 5/8.
Mm-hmm.
Ear to ear, 11 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Forehead to nape, 12 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
That's going over your hair.
Mm-hmm.
Face, 7 1/4.
Mm-hmm.
And neck, 3
1/4.
1/4. All right, so while we were off camera, we measured Tracy's forehead. It's 2 1/4 inches. And she also switched to Genova by Belle Tress in Milkshake Blonde Rooted, right? Mm-hmm. And I said, as soon as you put this on, I was like, oh my gosh. Everything about the style, the color is so great on you.
Thank you. I
You
love
like it?
it. But
Yeah.
it's really good to have somebody see it in person that actually wears wigs, because I feel like it looks different. It could look different through a camera, or like if I'm posting on Frannie's Facebook page.
Right.
You know, but I love it, and I did get a lot of compliments on this one.
Yeah, I can see why. Okay, so we're here really to talk about fit. So you are in the petite range with that 20 and 5/8 inches. So you have gravitated to Belle Tress. Can you tell us about the fit of Belle Tress for you?
So Belle Tress fits me great. I do take them in pretty much all the way, and I have about 12 in the city collection, and I would say they pretty much all fit the same. The ears kind
adjusted?
of like,
We'll show it.
sure.
So yeah, all right. So here you can see how she has her Newport adjusted right there. It is pretty far in.
Right.
I'm sorry, so go
That's
ahead.
okay. So, you know, right out of the box, I just try them on, look at the color and whatnot, and if I know, yes, this is a keeper, I tighten it, put it back on, make it my own. But taking them all in, cinching them in all the way is fine. It doesn't feel like it's bunching in the back.
How about up here at the crown?
No,
Anything?
you know, I don't have that much give. And I don't know if it's because of the wig grip that I have that really feels like it holds it down, but I just don't feel like there's a lot of cap. But it does sit on my ear. Like, I have great coverage, but right here it sits right on my ear.
At the top of your ear.
Yeah, and it irritates it, you know, so
Ooh.
like it actually causes rashes.
So that's not good. So do you have a solution?
Yeah, so I put Vaseline, like a little bit of Vaseline right there, and then I put it on and it's fine.
Okay, and
But that didn't happen with other wigs, other brands.
Interesting.
So I'm wondering if Belle Tress comes down a little bit further on me.
You know, I'm 11 and a half ear to ear, and for me, the Belle Tress, I don't know if you guys can see this, I'll come up, comes right above my ear there. But you know, everybody's head is shaped slightly differently.
The width of your face, the width of your head. You know?
Right, yeah.
But yeah, it does. And I never noticed that with other, in fact, I never got irritated, you know. It's just really bad at night. But I just put Vaseline on, but I didn't notice that with other wigs.
You know, the 11 and a half and 12 and a half are the same as my measurements. It's really your circumference that's smaller. So I'm not surprised that you don't have a lot of space in the crown here, because I don't either. Yeah.
That's never really been the issue. It's more just the circumference, and now sometimes where this all bunches up. It's like this part of the wig.
Right.
You know.
And some people will sew wefts together to pull that up. That's another thing you could try to do.
That. Like maybe I can do that.
And you can do it without making it a permanent thing. You can just put a stitch in and see how that works for you. So that's something you can try.
That is an idea, an option. So what I love about Belle Tress is when you have petite features or head size, or you know your face is small, especially if you're new to wearing wigs, a lot of hair, even if it's normal density, it just looked like more hair on me, you know? So Belle Tress with the low density, I just feel like it looks more natural. I feel more comfortable in them.
And they do have impeccable hairlines. We were talking about that. I mean, they're done so well. So
I agree. Everything about Belle Tress is impeccable.
The colors, everything. It's
Their
really a great
colors,
brand.
The fibers, the way they wear.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to move to the next brand to try on, which I think, why don't we do Raquel Welch? Okay. I love this wig. This is her Genova. Is this beautiful? I have to get it now.
It's all Marlene's fault.
It's Marlene's fault. I said to her, this is your fault, I'm going to get this. And she said, no, it's Marlene's fault. We blame all of our purchases on Marlene. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. All right, this is not about me though. So this is portrait mode.
Right.
And so you had an issue with portrait mode.
Right, so this is taken in all the way, almost crisscross.
Yeah, she has the adjusters basically crisscrossed in the back.
And it fits, and the lace is laying down fine. But it's just, it looks to me, in my opinion, like a helmet. Like it's just so poofy. So the density of hair, I don't know.
Yeah, Raquel Welch does tend to be more dense in
yeah, this piece looks amazing on everybody I've seen it, and it's one of their best sellers, right? And it looks like a helmet on me.
Well, your face is smaller, definitely, so the more density, I think, does look bigger against your face. And you also mentioned the hairline you're not thrilled with, or what?
Well, I think Raquel Welch does amazing lace fronts. I love the knotting, but I dislike how she brings the blonde all the way up to the front, whereas Belle Tress intersperses their colors.
Yeah, maybe we should show the hairlines. Okay, so here's your Belle Tress hairline. Okay.
And here is portrait mode, and it gives sort of like a banding effect where it starts to look like a half rainbow on your forehead. I think that screams not natural.
Interesting. Yeah, and as far as comfort on your head?
So now, as big as this one was, and I have to take it in, it fits me fine around my ears. It's right here. It's right
so
where
it's not coming down as far as the Belle Tress. And you know what? I gotta say, this is interesting. The Genova's coming down further on me than the Birmingham was.
Yeah, because these actually sit up a lot.
Here, I'll show you guys. Hopefully you can see that there. I think it's coming down further. It's coming to here.
Okay. Now this sits up higher. Belle Tress sits more down here on it.
That far down, wow.
Down here, and this is literally up here.
Yeah, she's pointing to basically where Belle Tress is on me. Right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so as far as ear to ear, this is more comfortable.
Yes, which is funny because I've seen you do videos where you talk about, you see people push in their metal stays, and you should squeeze the tops to
I
get
do the
two
top and the
pinpoints,
bottom.
right?
Yeah.
I cannot do that. If I do that, there will be an opening because of my narrow face.
Oh, and you do get narrower here. Like if you
Yeah.
look at her face right here, she gets narrower.
I almost have to like mold it to my face.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah. So it's funny what you learn just from watching all these videos, and I'm like, oh, I'm doing this wrong. You know, I'll see other people like really pushing in on the inside when they're putting their wigs on. I'm like, what are they doing? What am I doing wrong? But it's just all has to do with the shape of your face. There's no one way fits all.
Right. So what I'm getting from this is that I love this on me. I just love this wig. I'm gonna have to get it. So this is one of the Raquel Welch. We're gonna also try on Easy Does It now to see if there's any difference. But what I'm getting from this is that actually this is in some ways more comfortable than Belle Tress ear to ear for you, even though you have to bring it in much more in the back. How about the crown? Do you have extra space up
No,
here?
it fits me really good everywhere else. But like I said, the last 3 purchases were way too big, so now I'm afraid to buy Raquel Welch.
Is this one of the
I
last
just
three?
bought this one
Okay.
though, but on point, way too big, can't wear it. The lace, even with gluing it down,
Okay.
I mean, it is that big. I'm like, what is going on? Did I get like the extra large or something?
What they would need to do is make this in a petite then for a smaller head.
Yeah, but then that limits you. You know, like I don't buy any wigs in petite because then you're limited.
By which wigs you can get, because it's a smaller selection.
Right.
I did bring some petites here for her to try. So in some brands she's going to try a petite and an average.
Okay.
So we'll see the difference. All right, I'm going to grab Easy Does It for you.
Okay.
Okay, so this is Easy Does It in Shaded Biscuit. She's loving the color. I think the color looks great on you. So talk to us about fit.
So I took this one all the way in, and look, it's still, I think I would have to crisscross it to wear it, but it doesn't have as much coverage on the side here as
Oh, it
Belle
doesn't come
Tress.
forward as much.
Right.
Interesting.
I had to tuck in some of my bio hair, which for a small head is surprising, right?
Right.
And let's see, look up here, the ear
It's
tab's
up much
here.
higher. Okay.
So it feels great around my ear.
So what I'm getting from this is if you're somebody that is bothered by the ear tabs being too long, Raquel Welch could be a good brand for you
Right.
because the ear tabs aren't as long. How
Yeah,
about the crown?
but the
How's the crown?
circumference, the crown's great. That fits me great.
Yeah.
Fits me great every measurement, but circumference, and I have her all the way in. I would have to crisscross her.
Okay. All right.
But I feel like this wig doesn't look wiggy on me, right? Like
Right.
I feel like it, even though there is a lot of body in it, like in permatease.
Right.
Yeah,
I
it's
think the
pillowy.
layers and
It doesn't look wiggy, I don't think, the way portrait mode did.
right. It looks really cute on you. Now, Raquel Welch does make some petites. I didn't happen to have one here. Have you tried any of their petites?
Because
Okay.
the styles that I liked didn't come in petite.
Right. That's the problem. Petites, like you said, you're limited in selection.
You know, if Raquel Welch was my favorite manufacturer, I would probably try more petite size wigs, but I just get everything that I need from Belle Tress right now. I'm so sorry, Raquel Welch fans.
Well, you know, everybody's different and different wigs look better on different people, and that's part of the process, just figuring out what works for you.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I always went with Raquel Welch because of the amazing lace front, because of the amazing colors. The fibers feel amazing,
Right.
but
Right. Yeah. Belle Tress
you know.
really fits you well. Okay, so I decided just to take the size charts out for each of the brands so we can compare to your measurements so we know what they're saying and averages for the brands. And if you want to see this on frannieshair.com, you can just go to About, and under About, there's the size charts there. And there's also a video of me showing you how to measure your head correctly. So starting with Belle Tress, this was interesting. They say their average size, and that's all they make. They don't make a petite or large, so their chart's very small. It's one line that says average. Their average size is 20 to 21 inches. So you actually fall in the average size for Belle Tress, and maybe that's why it's fitting you so well. And by the way, on the Belle Tress, we have a little blurb above it that says, in our experience, what we hear from our customers, Belle Tress fits the widest ranges of sizes. We've seen it fit from 19.5 inches to 23 inches, depending on the other measurements of your head. So we've seen a wide range in that. But Raquel Welch, their average, they're saying, is 21.25 to 21.75. Now you have 20 and 5/8. Their petite is 20.75 to 21.25, so you're still below that. Their ultra petite is 20.5. So you're really, and the ear to ear for that is 12.5, and you're even smaller than that. And their front to back is 13.125 in their ultra petite, and in their petite it's 13.25, in their average it's 14.25. So even if you go by their size chart, it's telling you these wigs are larger. So if you have a larger head, I would say definitely go take a look at the size charts when you're looking to order a wig.
Definitely.
It's enlightening. So that makes sense that those Raquel Welch wigs were so big on you.
Yeah. This is Tressallure that I'm wearing now, which is supposed to accommodate a large size. And the ear tabs on this, so the ear-to-ear measurements on Tressallure and Raquel Welch are smaller than Belle Tress.
They're shorter.
When they show their measurement, like, well, Belle Tress only gives one measurement, right?
Right, and same with Tressallure. Tressallure does not have petite or large either, and the only measurement they give is circumference. And the average fits 21 to 22.5. So
I just can't even imagine people with regular size heads getting good coverage.
can you show the ear tab, like just go up and lift and show us where it's ending?
Okay, so it's coming around here.
You tilt your head a little and there you go.
Okay, so it's coming right to here.
Okay.
See that?
Yeah. So that'll just give you an idea if you know your ear-to-ear measurement. Now, as far as, and we often tell people, if you have a larger head, look at Tressallure, look at Estetica, look at Raquel Welch. So this is all falling in line with what we thought. So
Circumference-wise, though, so like this is taken in all the way. I would have to crisscross this to wear it. Circumference-wise, I think it's going to fit a larger head great. And you can fit a petite by taking it all the way in. But the ear to ear
is short. And what about, I should bring out a
forehead
newer,
to nape fits great too. So it's really just their circumference.
which makes
too
sense
big.
because they're saying
Yeah.
their circumference is from 21.5 to 22.5. 0.5, and I think I've seen it fit even larger than that also.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And also, this only has a mono crown. It's a basic cap otherwise. And the more features you have, the less stretch you have. So this one's going to have a lot of stretch. I might bring out Beach Wave Magic, which is a newer one, for you to try and just see. I'm going to grab that now.
Okay. It's fitting me like Belle Tress.
So this is Beach Wave Magic, which is one of their newer wigs, and it also has the new heat-friendly fiber. This one's been through the mill because I've been doing testing without combing. I really wanted to test the fibers and all that. But interestingly, and it does have more features. This one has a lace front, mono top, and fit-wise.
Fit-wise, I took it all the way in again. It fits great though. It fits, it feels really comfortable on my head. Feels like it's fitting like a glove the way it's taken in.
Wow, and ear to ear?
This feels really good. And it does come down lower like Belle Tress on the ear to ear. Comes down a little bit lower.
As far as Belle Tress, would you say?
Yes.
Okay, it's coming right to the top. You want it here? Right, I can show it. Yeah, right to the top of your ear here.
Yeah, but it's like coming down at the back of my ear. Can you see that in the camera?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Coming all the way down, like it's bunching a little bit, the way Belle Tress does.
Okay, and so would you find this uncomfortable?
This is comfortable. This is very comfortable.
Okay. Good to know.
This fits good.
And it's so interesting because when people need a larger wig, we say go to Tressallure, but it's good to know.
Yeah, and I can see why, because you said this is a newer one than a newer cap construction than the last wig I tried on here. There's more coverage. I took it all the way in, so yeah, this is definitely going to fit a 23 or bigger and a petite comfortably.
Wow, that's awesome. So a lot of range there for Tressallure. Okay, so this is Kendall 626H. In case you're curious about the color, it's a lot darker than Tracy would normally wear, but this is all about fit. So what's your first impressions of this?
So this fits pretty good. I took it in like all of them. I cinched it all the way in as close as they're touching. Great coverage on the ear tab.
Where is it? Is it lower than Belle Tress or the same, would you say?
No, I would say this is just like Raquel Welch, sitting up a little bit. So
more
over the ear isn't as big as Belle Tress and Tressallure.
Okay, so the ear to ear is shorter.
Right.
So again, if you are irritated by longer ear tabs, this one could be better.
Right.
How about, so circumference, you have it in all the way.
Circumference, I have it in all the way.
Is it crisscrossed or just
No, just all the way, touching.
Okay.
I didn't crisscross them because that tends to make it start to really bunch in the back.
Right.
But this feels good. And for being a dark color, the knotting, I think, is phenomenal. This is the first time I've tried Henry Margu.
Oh, and what do you think of the fibers?
I think the fibers feel amazing. This is a curly style, so it's going to look fuller, but there's really not a lot of hair. But the knotting, I think they did an impeccable job on this. I've never worn this style before.
Let me look at their size chart. Okay, so their size chart says an average is a 22-inch circumference. And we do send people with larger heads to Henry Margu, so that's interesting. Ear to ear 11-inch, which is an interesting size, right? Like 22 with 11
inch.
And front to back 13 and a half. So their ear to ear
is very petite.
Right, and which goes with what you're saying, that the ear to ear is shorter. Petite average they have as 21.5 inches for circumference, 10.75 ear to ear.
I don't know that I would send large people to Henry because of the
ear to ear. That's so interesting. And let us know if you have a larger head out there and you wear Henry Margu or you can't wear Henry Margu. This is all really good information for everybody. And in your comments, if you could include your measurements, that would be really helpful. And just let us know which brands work well for you, which don't. You know, the more we get from everybody, the more we know. Okay, so petite average for them is 21.5 circumference, 10.75 ear to ear, 13.25 front to nape. And then petite is 21 inches. So their petite is still circumference-wise larger, but ear to ear 10.5 inches.
Yeah.
And
That's
front to
very
back
small.
13. So interesting.
That's interesting. I feel what I'm learning is that the manufacturers are pretty much just basing petite, average, and large with the circumference. Because Henry Margu, I think, has very small ear to ear. Like, I'm very
Right.
petite, and they're saying 11 inches is average, and I'm 11 and a half inches.
Well,
from
and
ear
their
to ear.
petite is 10 and a half, while their
Yeah.
circumference is still
That would be
bigger than your
child
head.
size.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, let us know your experience. I wear the average when I wear a Henry Margu, so
Okay.
because I have 21 and a half inch circumference.
I would have to too, because otherwise 10, it would be sitting up here. Do you
Right,
know what I mean?
right. Interesting. Okay, on to the next. Let's try some Estetica. Okay, so I wanted to start Estetica. I'm going to grab the size chart in a second with the best-selling Estetica wig at Frannie's Hair, which is Jones, and this is in the one of the new reds. What is it? Golden ginger, I think, something like that. I actually like this color on you.
It's
So
so neutral.
yeah, and you're familiar with Estetica. She does wear Estetica wigs. This one is an average size Estetica. So you want to talk about the fit?
So this one I took all the way in, and it has the hook adjuster, so it doesn't always feel as tight as like the Velcro, but I do really feel like Estetica has a comfortable cap. But ear
That
to ear,
is something we hear over and over. Estetica's caps are comfortable, and this is a pure stretch cap, so there's no features on this one.
I feel like Tressallure and Henry Margu were really comfortable too. What was the one that I was wearing that I really, Beach Wave, was that Tressallure?
Beach Wave
Yeah, that was
Magic.
very comfortable. So the Estetica, so this is generally a bigger cap, right? Or more head, large size friendly.
Lot of stretch.
Lot of stretch. So there's more stretch up here, a lot in the cap. But the coverage, the ear tab coverage, it's just like Raquel Welch. Fits
So-
me great,
So
but I
not
don't know how it would
irritating.
fit, no. Fits me great, but I don't know how it would fit bigger. I mean, if I'm only 11 and a half,
Mhm.
I don't think anybody bigger than that would get
Let me check
really
their
good
size chart.
coverage.
Circumference-wise, you have it.
Circumference, it's taken in as far as it'll go, and you can't crisscross this because it's not the Velcro adjusters.
Yeah, they're
So
the bra hook.
it feels loose on me, but even with this wig grip, I would have to use It Stays.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, because it just feels like it's going to shift on me. Like if I were to fix my hair, it would move.
Okay, very interesting. I'm going to give you the Estetica measurements. Average, it says with and without nape. So I guess that's extended nape. So with the extended nape, it has a 21.25 circumference for average, 13.25 ear to ear, and 14 front to back.
Yeah, it's so funny you just said that because I could literally pull this all the way down to here.
Wow, that's amazing.
Because remember, I was like, there's a lot.
Yeah. Without the nape, it's 21.25 circumference, 13.25 ear to ear, that's the same, but the front to back is 13.65 instead of the 14. So really they're just, with the extended nape, giving you that difference of measurement there. For a petite, their circumference is 21 inches, which is still bigger than your head, and ear to ear 13, and front to back with the nape 13.5, without 13. So I actually brought one of their petites for you to try on, but their petite circumference still says 21 inches and you're smaller than that, so we'll see how that fits. That's hysterical. She just said she looks like Buster Brown. So this is Petite Charm in RH 1488, and it's taken in to the fourth little notch where you can put the hook, but the notches go all the way across the back. So you said there's three on each side.
Yeah.
So this has a wide range still. So tell us about
This
the
feels
fit.
great. So the circumference, like Frannie just said, it's out of the box, halfway taken in, I guess kind of just how, where your pull adjusters would be at it, or Velcro. Fits me great. I didn't bring it in tighter, it felt great initially. Good coverage, but anybody with a bigger ear-to-ear circumference, bigger than 11 and a half, am I in frame?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is not going to give you good coverage.
So interesting.
So then you wouldn't be able to tuck as easily.
Yeah, so they're saying ear to ear, 13. No.
But there is 15% variance on every wig, right?
Right. So they say.
Where do you stop? Where do you measure to?
I stop right above the ear.
So maybe it's coming down. I mean, I would say maybe this is 12 inches. What am I, 11 and a half? I would say this is probably 12 inches to 12 and a half inches.
Okay.
Yeah.
So interesting.
But it's comfortable. See, it's not, yeah, it's comfortable.
Right. That's good. And so
Yeah, this fits
circumference-wise,
great.
it's comfortable. Crown.
Perfect, like a glove.
Yeah.
I don't even feel like, I mean, if these bangs were shorter, I don't even feel like there's anything on my head right now. This is so easy to wear. And it's light fiber. Wow, this is really low density too. I'm so surprised. This is Estetica?
Yeah.
I have to look at this in a different color.
Yeah. You know, what I love about having people trying on wigs is I get to see their first impressions of things. You know, I'm so used to trying on so many wigs now.
Mm-hmm.
But it really confirms a lot of what I think about the wigs when I hear it coming from somebody who hasn't tried it before. I know you've worn Estetica.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
Even the nape. Like even the nape comes right to here.
Yeah.
You're not.
Right to the bottom of your nape.
This is great.
All right. So Estetica Petites, good for a petite head. So that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so next let's try Noriko. I have actually 3 Noriko wigs for you because we wanted to compare the older styles where Noriko was known for having small caps. Somebody in the comments asked me to bring a Zeal, so I brought one of those for you to try. And then we have one of the newer ones, Briar, for you to try. So let's do that. All right, so this is Noriko Reese, which is an older one. She said she feels like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo in it. It is a shag.
So I have a short forehead, so anything with bangs, I want to be able to see. But this we didn't take in at all. I tried it on because it's supposed to run small or be a better fit for people with average, so I didn't take it in at all. It fits great.
So it's a smaller, yeah. Ear to ear, how is it?
Perfect. You know what, it's longer. This one's going to bother me a little bit.
So would you say
It's
the
a
same
little
as Belle
crazy.
Tress in length?
I feel like Belle Tress's ear tabs come down like to here on me,
Okay.
but this part underneath, this part is
Behind
coming
the ear.
down behind my ears, which is what Belle Tress's does.
Yeah, let's see. Turn more sideways so they can see. Yeah, like that.
So this is bunching a little bit behind my ear,
Okay.
but not as much. It's not coming forward
Okay.
like Belle Tress. But the circumference is great.
And the crown?
The crown has room.
Would you say a lot of room in there?
For a small, this is next to Raquel Welch. This is the amount of room I had. So it's good if you have bio hair and you need to get up. There's stretch on this cap, but I wouldn't have noticed that if I didn't just pull on that. It didn't feel loose on me.
Interesting.
The nape, the nape could come all the way down on me. So from forehead to nape, it's long.
I'm trying to see what they're saying. They don't have that measurement here. All they say is the average, and this is for the Adirond's brand, this guide.
Okay.
The average is 21.5-inch circumference. Then they have a child size, which is 19.1-inch circumference. Ear to ear would be 12.25, and front to back 12.25. So this does have, and that's the child size. So
See how different everybody's doing their measurements?
Yeah,
It's weird.
it's
just
interesting.
like jeans.
Yeah. I tend to go to the brands that tell me I'm a smaller size in jeans. I like
to do that too. But I've got to go where I can get the length, where I don't have to get everything altered, you know?
Right, yeah. Okay, so what we said in the size chart is that these brands under Adirond's have the same size chart, but do tend to fit somewhat differently. Amore and Noriko both typically run small, but now I just did that review of the new Noriko wigs, and they did not run as small. We're going to have you try one of those on.
This is Alba?
This one is Reese.
Reese.
But we did say, especially in their older styles. So when you look at our size charts, we also tell you what we're finding with the size charts and how the wigs fit. And Amore was created for wig wearers with partial or total hair loss and features very soft caps. And the new Noriko also has a soft cap, so we'll see if you notice the difference in that. But next we're going to try on Zeal. Okay, so this one is Zeal, another shaggy Noriko. How are we feeling about the sizing?
Same as the last one, the same, I don't even know what I had on the other
Reese.
one, so many. Reese. Fits just like Reese.
And has the permatease. She mentioned that Reese had a decent amount of permatease and she found it to be itchy, which I've heard that before, and that makes sense because it's the wiry fibers that are teased and that could be itchy.
Yeah, it's itchy.
Sensitive.
Definitely itchy. I didn't notice. I've never worn a wig with this much permatease before. Very pillowy. It's itchy, but it's light fibers. It's not a lot of hair on this, but the size is great. It fits just like the last one. There's a lot of extra room in the crown. I could pull the nape down to here.
Far, okay. And the ear
to ear, oh, that's great.
Yeah, so the ear to ear, this one.
That's great.
And was Reese the same way? I can't remember.
Reese was coming down on my ears, but the same, well.
The same up front, but not behind. The behind on this one is better. Behind.
Yeah,
better.
this is great. I have room.
Okay.
Wow, this one fits great. Minus the permatease, it would be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Cap-wise, comfortability-wise.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, now we're going to have you try one of the brand new Norikos and see how that fits.
Right.
Okay, so this is Briar and Frosted Mushroom Rooted, which is one of the new colors. I just did a review on this, so you can go take a look at that. So, as far as circumference, they have the bra strap adjusters, the kind that you pull. So how far would you say you pulled?
About an inch on each side, so they were out all the way when I put it on. I tried it without adjusting it, and it felt loose. I mean, I could have gotten away with it. There's not as much give in the crown.
Interesting.
And the nape, I can't pull it down. This one fits me better. Ear tabs are coming down the same place comfortably. And in the back, it's not bunching. This one fits me perfectly.
That's great.
Brand new.
So you like the newer one better. There's permatease wise, much less. Or
very little.
And density also, it's a lower density.
Very low density. This feels like a Belle Tress. Very low. But you know what? The one that made me look like Buster Brown was low density. They've all been low density. Just the past two Norikos just had a ton of pillowy permatease, but this is just to keep the shape. This is great.
Yeah, it's a pretty wig.
Yeah, this is great. This feels
Okay,
good.
So it is what I thought. When I tried these new Noriko wigs, I said, these are not fitting me as snugly as the older styles. So these do, I think, they can go for larger also, because you took it in an inch on each side, and there is stretch.
Right, there's definitely stretch. There's a little bit in the, yeah, it's got great stretch.
This is Lena in small, which is a true petite in Ellen Villa. Their average size is called petite to average. So petite, this says 21-inch circumference, which is a little larger than yours, 12.5 ear to ear, 13.5 front to back. So what were you saying about the ear to ear?
That's great. So it's bunching a little bit in the back on my ear. The ear tabs are fitting, yeah, I guess they are fitting like Belle Tress, aren't they? They're coming down to here.
Right.
So it's coming down like Belle Tress. So this elastic part right here is bunching. I have really small ears too, so I don't know if that's part of it.
I don't know, because it's going behind your ear, so.
Yeah, so it's bunching. It's sitting there, but otherwise I did not take this in. This is the first one that I just put on right and didn't have to adjust, and it's out
All the
way
way.
they come, and you know, from the manufacturer. It fits great.
Comfortable.
There's nothing here.
It's great.
It's perfect. And the nape, yeah, this fits me great.
Wow.
This fits me great. It's just a little bit long ear to ear. What did you say that was?
Yeah, and they say 12.5, so that would be long on you, ear to ear. It's nice.
But it gives you the perfect coverage. It's like, I feel like you need that. Otherwise, you're gonna have to get root coverage in every color.
Right.
Root powder in every color. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is great minus the pixie, but Grandma, this is for you.
And the cap comfortable? Would you say?
Yes, very comfortable.
Okay.
I mean, for a pixie, this is so easy to wear.
Yeah, you just throw it on and go. It's one of those throw on and go
Yes,
style.
it's comfortable. But it fits like a glove.
Okay, good. So that's the small. We're going to have you try on their Petite average in Leah 2.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so this is Leah 2, and this is Petite to average, which is their average size. And you were saying it looks like Santa Monica from Belle Tress. And it's so funny. When I tried on Santa Monica from Belle Tress, I was like, how haven't I tried this before? Because I love Leah 2. So tell us about the fit.
So I tried this on without adjusting it. How far out would you say it was?
There was a little bit in the middle, right?
Very loose. So I took it in all the way, still very loose. I would literally, if I didn't crisscross it, I don't think I could crisscross it because of the
Style.
the style. It bunches. It's not comfortable. Would poof in the back. It's too low density, too sleek. But ear to ear, it's not as big. It fits me good here, and it's not sitting on my ear, so it fits perfect ear to ear. And then the nape.
I hope you're in the camera. Kind of lean back a little. Yeah, there you go.
And the nape, I could pull it down probably a good inch. But otherwise, from hairline to nape, it fits good. From ear to ear, it fits good. The circumference is really big, and so it feels loose on me, like it doesn't feel secure. So if I bought this wig not knowing how it would fit, and I was going to keep it, I would glue her down.
Okay, so I'm looking at the size chart, and they do list an average here, which is interesting. The default size for Ellen Wille is Petite average, and their Petite average is 21.25 inch for circumference, so that's bigger than yours. Ear to ear, 13.2, and front to back, 13.75. Now this is which collection? Is this the Modix collection? Let me see. It's the Changes collection. Okay, so that's the Changes collection, because what we have listed here is the default size for Ellen Wille is Petite average, which means that Ellen Wille is a great choice for wigs that are on the smaller side of average. We have found that the Modix, Changes, and Perucci collections are a true average. So this one is bigger and can even fit up to average large, so that makes sense. Ellen Wille wigs with small in the title are a true petite size. So when you're checking out the size charts, also check out the little descriptions above the size charts, because that's really what we've found with customers, and it seems to be true from the wigs you're trying on. Okay, so this would be too big for you,
This
really.
one would be too big for me.
Okay, now I thought this was our last
But
one.
I wouldn't not wear it.
So you would
You know what I mean?
glue
If I
it? What
found
would you do?
I would use It Stays or Got to Be, something like that.
Right.
Only when I went out. Like if I was working from home, I would just use a wig grip. But if I was going to be out for hours and wearing it for hours, yeah, I would definitely glue it down, just so it felt secure.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Which is a rarity. I don't really ever glue anything down.
In the beginning, I was gluing everything down just because I was nervous, and I thought, oh, I'm going bowling, I need to glue it down. Like, what are you doing with your head when you're bowling? Really nothing. But then as I became more comfortable, I almost never wear glue anymore. Yeah. So, but It Stays is great. It's non-toxic, it's water soluble, it comes off really easily. If you sweat a lot, that could be an issue.
That's what I worried about, you know.
Yeah, I don't sweat a lot, so. But if you do, there are other glues. I don't know, I don't use them because I don't sweat a lot, but there are some that are not water
So
soluble.
I have Got to Be gel,
Okay.
and that'll work good as far as like keeping my hair back, and, you know, from not coming out, and then it will help keep the wig grip, the wig secured. But I don't normally use any of that stuff just because like I shower in the morning and then when I take my wig off at the end of the day, I don't want to have to wash. And I don't wash my hair every day, especially with the alopecia. And with that stuff, I feel like I'd have to get in the shower every night.
Right, that makes sense,
Yeah.
All right, so we actually have one more brand,
Okay.
Jon Renau, and I have a Petite and a regular in that brand. Okay, so this is Julienne Petite Light in shaded mocha. It's a hand-tied cap, fully hand-tied cap, and they're lights. I don't know if the non-lights have this, but it has like the lace that comes all the way down around the ear, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, since I have hair there, I trim that lace down there.
So that's what I would have to do.
Yeah,
Do
because
they
the
have
lace
stays in there? They do.
So yeah, if you show, the lace is coming over her hair right here. Yeah, you can even get closer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
So and then you can see my bio hair, right?
Yeah, so for me, I trimmed my Julienne, but I have her in regular, I don't have her in petite. So fit-wise,
she fits great. You just saw how the ear tabs don't come down all the way, so it's fitting where it should. There's nothing up against my ear. This was taken in all the way. This is all the way taken in.
okay.
So it fits perfectly taken in all the way. It feels perfect. Just a little stretch, normal stretch. Now this cap is perfect.
Okay, good. So what they're saying here for their petite is 21-inch circumference, which is a little bit larger than yours, and you took it in all the way. Ear to ear, 13-inch, and front to back, 13.25.
Must be some variance, because if it was 13 and I'm 11 and a half, then why do I see my hair? Why is it up here? It would come down further, don't you think?
Yeah, you would think so. That's very interesting.
It's a whole almost 2 inches more than me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think it should come down to here.
Maybe they do the ear-to-ear measurement differently somehow. We do it 7 inches back, you know, on the crown and over the top of the head there. I don't know. When you get to their average, which you're going to try on, the circumference is 21.5 inches, ear to ear 13.5, and front to back 14.25. So we're going to see how that fits you.
What did they say this was? 13 point?
13.25.
And I was 12.25 or 12 and a
12
half.
and a half. So
Yeah, I could pull it.
Okay.
So I think my wig grip is what's keeping it at my nape. Okay. I could pull it, but it doesn't have a lot of bunch up here. But this is a hand-tied cap, not a lifted cap.
Right, and they tend to, in most cases, run a little bit smaller.
Yeah, this feels good.
All right, so let's try the average size and see how that goes. Okay, so this is Clementine in 12FS12, and it's an average size Jon Renau, which according to the chart, average should be 21.5 inch circumference, 13.5 inch ear to ear, and 14.25 inch front to back.
So I took it in all the way, and it feels like it needs to be taken in more, or at least where it stays, or some sort of adhesive. Ear to ear, it's good. it's not sitting on my ear, the back of my ear, so this actually fits me really good over the head. Very big in the back.
Like long, you would say?
I could pull this
Oh
all
yeah.
the way down.
Yeah, she can pull that all the way down. And they did say 14.25,
Right.
so.
But there's not a lot of cap up here, which is strange. Since I can pull it so much, probably because it fits me so good across my head.
And do you feel it's comfortable?
Yeah. But, see, once you break the wig in, once you've worn it a couple times, you don't have to keep pushing hair out of your face when you're out. Once it was broken in, I don't think I would glue it down. But if it's not broken in and I have a lot of flyaways and I'm out at meetings and I'm constantly touching my hair, I would glue this one down.
Right, because you feel when you're running your fingers through it, you might move the wig.
Yeah, or it's going to shift back,
Okay.
or, you know,
Okay.
you'll see my hairline.
Okay, good to know. All right, so that was all of those brands. Let us know if you think this is helpful, and we can always do more of these, and I can bring somebody on with a larger head as well. We could do more styles with you. And let us also know in the comments if you felt that the way the wig fit Tracy, if you're a petite head, that's the way it fits you, or you know, whatever comments you have about the different brands and fit, so that we can all learn from that. Thank you so much for coming and doing this.
This was fun.
It was fun. It's fun to see somebody else try on wigs and their expression when they put them on and what they think of the fibers and everything. So.
Yeah, this is a workout for you. You start to really break out into a sweat by like this.
And she didn't even run up and down the steps like I do to show the wig outside. It's definitely a workout.
Yes.
Anyway, and thank you everybody for joining us, and I look forward to reading your comments. And as always, remember to make it your own, and I'll see you soon.